All right, we got another siege coming up. Let's see who we pull. Sinfully Deep and Fury. We just had Sinfully Deep last siege. We've had Fury a couple times recently. This is probably going to be another 1v1 versus SD, at least for a bit. Let's see how we do. They got Sierra, Orion, Rakan, some LDs there. The 9, they have this Nanonora. Dominic, we've been seeing a lot of that. They had some interesting 4-star. Yeah, they have this Dark Cat and Triana Faye. SD has their LDs here on the 10. On the 11, we have, they love this Heritage Savannah. Got a Benedict, interesting. And then we saw this last time there, Triana, Armana, and Suki. Let's get into it. All right, we're gonna go into this Triana, Armana, Suki with our Logan here on Delton Light and some skill 2 and skill 3 accuracy. We have our damage Triana, and we have our tank Cha-Cha on minus water. Let's get into it. So I think last time when we fought this, we had, I think, just way too much damage we were putting early into the Suki. I'm gonna try and kill the... Oh, we actually landed that S3 for once. Heck yeah. I'm gonna try and actually kill this Armana faster this time. After, again, we're gonna hit this Triana first. We're gonna skill 3 here because we're gonna guarantee to get that proc. I don't think we actually got it below half HP, but we got a nice bio proc here, getting a lot of damage into this Triana. It seems decently tanky though. We're gonna have the cleanse here from the Armana. That's okay. I think, oh, very nice here. We're gonna get the proc into the defense break, into the kill. And we just had that Armana use his skills. So I think we have a good amount of time to finish off this Armana now before he's gonna get that res up. And I think the last time we kept on just having these openings where like the Triana had like just gotten off a an immunity or something, and so the Suki like still had immunity or something, or had low attack bar. I just remember I kept on getting like, I really wanted to just hit the Suki second. And again here, like, I don't know if it's procs, but definitely feels like a much cleaner fight to just focus that Armana second. And again, we're killing the Triana first because that way we don't have to go through the passive. And also I want to just take out that sustain as soon as possible. I think that as soon as you get that immunity out, it makes it really easy to just clean up everything. And there we go, first attack. For our second attack here, we're gonna hit this Nana, Juno, Dominic. I took in a Fang, Riley, Camilla. After the Dominic nerf and Camilla buff, it seems like she's a really solid water tank for this comp. And I saw with the Juno, it's a little bit lower variant, lower damage variant, and then we thought double wind makes it less likely that you get AoE defense broken from the Nana on anything except for the Camilla. I think looking back, we just don't have a ton of cleanse here, and Dominic just freaking eats stuff still, even post nerf. So you'll see here, it's gonna work out, but it's a little sketchy. But we have Fang just on full damage. Riley has the minus wind just in case she gets retargeted. We hit the Nana once here. A lot of these defenses have a damage Nana now, and so I thought it was worth testing out to just see if this was a tanky Nana, and we did like half of its HP in one skill 1, so definitely think it's a damage Nana here. We see it's on violent, and we actually get the defense break the first time it goes off into that Riley. The Dominic procs too, and this Riley is just going to be dead. I don't think there's any way that we're going to be able to save it, and that's why this is, you know, we got maybe a little unlucky that basically the first time that it could happen, the Nana procced back into a defense break, and then the Dominic also procced. But it was really only one proc from the Dominic in terms of damage that made it so that this was killable. But you can see here that Camilla is doing a great job at her role. She is tanking up this Dominic like a champ, even without a ton of sustain. We're trying to figure out here if Juno still has her skills up, if we can get a little bit of extra healing onto our team. The Dominic does have the heal block, but every time he crits, the Camilla is going to cleanse that off. And we just need to kill down this Dominic as quickly as possible. I'm pretty confident that eventually Camilla will 1v1 a Juno, just healing every turn out what she can do. So we're just going to full tunnel to try and get this down. There we go. Dominic dies. We're doing like 5.5k per hit into that Dominic once our defense break comes off. Nice little buff to our Fang having the higher accuracy here. And then we're going to skill 1 here because I'm pretty sure, yeah, the Juno has the skill 2. I don't know why I'm skill 2ing on the Juno because it just gives her an extra heal. But we get our heal up. We get a little bit more healing from the Camilla passive. And Fang is just holding on by a thread here. And we're able to eke out this second win. I wouldn't do that again, though. Camilla, great job. Everything else, kind of sketchy. We're going to go next into this Momo, Molly, Nora defense. I've been thinking about actually building this defense myself. But this is like one counter that I feel like should be pretty safe into it. We have the Molong, Amelia Bulwark. And the thing interesting about this is that there's actually 0 will on any of these units. So even with Amelia tuned first, we only have 4 stacks from our Bulwark here. And now with the passive from the Momo, we actually don't kill. So this is really scary. I basically thought that we lost here. Just we're at low HP. Our Molong is on Violent. It's not on Vampire. We have very little sustain. There's not a ton of stack generation on this team, but you can kind of tell this Momo is like insanely tanky. I don't know if it was minus water. I could probably go back and look and see the damage done on the Molong versus the damage done on the Momo, but luckily we get a couple of procs and we get back into 5 stacks in the Bulwark, and this Momo is just hanging on by a thread, and it's already back up to half health here. I think I realized here I should be skill 1 on the Totemist to try and reduce the skill 1 healing that comes out. Freezing the Molly doesn't really do too much. We get another 5 stack here on the Bulwark. And then I think we have a gap here in between getting a suck off and the 2 supports moving. And we're able to skill 1 and finish off that Momo. But man, I think just full tank Momo. You can tell also it was tanky because it wasn't really doing that much damage to my Molong. My Molong actually doesn't have minus wind on it. I think that this offense still seems okay. I didn't actually run plus wind here. I was running additional damage on the Molong. I just didn't feel like changing stuff because I've done this before and it didn't seem too crazy. Maybe, I think it was like 1 HP twice. So I think if I had some plus wind, then it would definitely be a much easier take on this. And then also it could be useful just to use this team after you have some intel. We would have been absolutely fine if there was 1 will set on the enemy side, making it so that we actually had 5 stacks on that first turn on the Bulwark. But as you can see here, we're able to just barely eke out this win, and 2 kind of sketchy ones in a row. Let's bring it back here on these next ones, hopefully. All right, next we're gonna go into this Sierra Gianna Shazam. That's what it's called, right? We have Mirene Lucian. We're gonna run plus light. This is not the highest plus light. I think typically Mirene without plus element should be able to kill these units. I think they're gonna be dealt crit rate, or they're gonna have crit rate runes, so they're gonna be less tanky. Shazam has really high base HP and kind of has like the mechanism for if we don't kill stuff, this is gonna be the thing that screws us over. So as long as we kill that, we feel pretty good about cleaning up everything else. So let's see. Ooh, they are pretty fast and no shield sets, so that feels good to us. Are we gonna kill? And we wipe everything. Heck yeah, let's get it. All right, next we're gonna take Leo, Helena, Lulu into Heritet, Savannah, Triana. I think as long as we can kill this Heritet relatively quickly, it should be fine. Because there's res lead, I put a little bit more accuracy on my Helena. We have Akin and artifacts too. This puts us at 60 accuracy. He's probably max, but it's enough that we should be landing it enough to get defense breaks. And we run Dalt on Dark. We did a kind of hybrid Leo build. We put some crit damage here and some Dalt on Dark here as well. I think with the Leo passive and enough healing from the Lulu to tank the aggro, we're not super worried about this thing dying. And here's the Lulu. Low speed, minus wind. Let's get into it. Again, I think as long as we can stop the Heritage from getting too many stacks, we should be good here. Let's see if we can try and push back the Triana. We don't get it. Skill 3 from the Savannah is fine because we are all on will. That's interesting. I didn't know it would use the skill with only 4 stacks, but that's fine. I think we're going to still shift and hit here. Everything should be into this 1 unit. We get the defense break on the first hit. I think that's really good. The cleanse has already come out. Oh, we actually proc here too. We're luck sacking a little bit. We are luck sacking a little bit. I kind of want to greed and just... Oh, no, 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 no. This is actually getting dangerous to transform a little bit because we're not pushing back any of these other units. But we still have Triana passive. Triana is 2 turns away from her skills. I think we're okay to just go ahead and pop this. Yeah, we're fine with that. It has to proc. Nope. We get the kill. I think I'm still a little nervous about this comp. I went in a little more quickly than I would have liked to into this tower because we needed to get a tag in to make sure that we could continue to attack it. Generally, you can blind Leo Helena into almost anything. It's just such like an OP comp. But again, they're likely max res on this team. Helena, I think that moving her up to higher accuracy was like a really big play here, because if you just miss defense breaks, you're like the Lulu got its tankiness stolen, and that heretic can just chew through the rest of my team. But there we go, 5th win in a row. And next we're going to go into this Dom beta DMRs. We're going to take in a Changpeng full damage Swift Blade with just additional damage and skill 3 accuracy. Put him at it's 78%, so almost max ac. We have Damage Galleon on crit damage, crit rate, max ac. And we just have attack up effect and some crit damage here. And then Tiana, speed, crit damage, attack. We have just a slew of Deltons here. Have the Delton Wind with the Delton Dark. This is just a high efficiency artifact. I want to make sure we kill the Dom. Killing the beta is really important here too if we don't reset it so that it can't revive. And then ideally we just reset, push back all these units, and get a nice clean win here. So we have a either swift or just really fast, violent beta. That's okay. That's actually good. We get to strip all that off. Next, we're gonna time to loot. Come on, Galleon. We missed the beta. It's a little bit better here because he already wasted the skills. We get not a lot of pushback on the Dom. I think this should kill here. Yes, we get the kill. He doesn't actually revive here because maybe we reset it. And I could go for a pushback on the Theo. I think I want to actually skill 2 the beta here. If I pushed back the Theo, then we could potentially get the strip from him on the next turn to prevent him from getting an attack. If this procs, all these things are pretty squishy, but unless it procs twice, I think we're still able to clean this up. Do I value the defense break more here than the damage and the pushback? I think we want the pushback. We get that. Does it proc? No, it doesn't. All right, now we're just on a little bit of a timer to kill this beta. It's gonna have its skills back up. Oh, we don't quite kill. It gets the Dom up, it procs. I think we are going to... We don't have any AoEs. Do we want to try and defense break this? I think we just got to kill this. This is why we have the Delton on the Triana. This is going to get a little scary. This thing is insane, but oh, we get the skill 2 back up and we kill it. There we go. Not the cleanest, I think. We landed 2 out of 3 defense breaks, so not the worst RNG. But in the end, we were able to get that off. All right, and we're gonna go into this Nanonora Savannah with a Tractor, pretty high damage shield with minus win grinded in. Juno, damage build, a little high accuracy. This could be a lot tankier, I think. Add damage build. And a Lala with minus water. So the idea here is to kill the Savannah twice or potentially put some threat into the Juno. Let's see, do we get pushback here? Get a lot of pushback, get a couple of procs. Big heals from the Juno. I think that I want to potentially hit this to start a little bit. I want to try and stop it from stunning or taunting or doing damage more to my Lala. It got a little bit low here and we had the taunt proc. And so by hitting the Nora here, we're able to put some more debuffs onto the Juno to make this a little bit more healthy. And it procs. I missed the defense break. Wow, that really heals you up. And I think we should be able to recover here. We're going to be able to scale 3. I want to hit the Savannah. We're going to do this for the cleanse. and top ourselves up. Man, had a couple of good procs there, but we didn't get taunted the second time from the Nora. That's actually pretty scary. So I think we're going to keep trying to get some stuns here and little dual work on these a little bit. There's only single target healing here, so I'm not as worried about splitting damage. Get to cleanse that defense break, and then the Juno should move next. Do we get pushed back here on the Juno? Ooh, that really hurts. But we should get a good amount of debuffs here for the Juno to heal up. Oh, that was scary right there. Gonna need some good heals here, I think. Do we want to strip? I think with speed buff, we're okay stripping this. Gonna skill 3 again here to top ourselves up. And I think as soon as we can, man, this Nana is cycling through those defense break. It's really hurting me here. Do we try and, I think we want to dismount this and then kill the Nora twice. Man, I didn't put quite as much bulk on the Lala for this fight, and it's really showing. Oh gosh. Do I need to stun this? I think this is going to be a big heal here after this moves, and I think this is going to kill that off. Do I actually go for hitting this? I know, I think I want to decrease this damage here potentially. And there we go, a nice big heal from that Juno. This is still a little bit in danger. Do I want to try and stun the Nana here? I think this is the play. We can then kill this once, and now top ourselves off there. And this is where we're being a little greedy here with this tractor build. It's on a really high damage build, and so when this when this Savannah is proccing, we're getting hit out a little more than we should be here. But 3v1, we should be good here. I think we probably should have moved runes a little bit more for this defense. This is a pretty safe offense, but in the end, we'll get the win, and I guess that's what matters. I think this is going to be 7 in a row. Maybe? Maybe not. We're going to go again into this Heritage Savannah Triana. It's actually the same defense, just next tower opening. This time we're going to take a Fang, just full, add damage. Tessa, 236 tick on crit damage with high accuracy. It's a little squishy, but I think it's okay because I think we're going to kill the Heritage first, and then the Savannah and the Triana are just going to go into the Wusa. And then we have a Wusa, violent, fast with skill 2 recovery and minus wind. The idea here is we're going to just nuke the Heritage again, and then we should be okay to tank out the wind threats because we have Oblivion, lots of damage. And I think we win the 2v2 between Tessa and Fang even afterwards. So we get sucked on the Wusa. We're going to try and just rush down this Heritage. And we get the defense break and the Oblivion, so he's not going to get any more stacks. We resist that. That's really big. So we have our immunity to tank. And he goes through. He strips the immunity and the shield. Pretty unfortunate. But we got no stacks on him. So I think we are able to, I think this has, I think there's passive here. Are we okay to proc this? Do I want to push this in front? This is going to have skill 1. It's not going to be able to hit through it. We could get an Oblivion up on the Savannah to split the chance to get which target gets cleansed if we wait here. I think that also if we get a proc, no, we're not going to proc through Triana passive. I think we want to hit the Savannah because we also have a chance to proc here back into our immunity. I think we'll let this go. No. And I think we just pop this here. It gets cleansed, that's okay. And there we go, we get this kill, and we're able to get back into our immunity, and here we are pretty safe. Cool. I think that this felt okay. Getting the strips from the Heritage, man, I wonder if he has accuracy on that, because that makes this a lot more spooky. And of course Savannah procs out of the Oblivion for the kill, but that's okay. We passed the scary part. We're able to finish this off. And yeah, I think the good news is like we were able to stop him from getting a second skill 3, I think it is, whatever the suck move is on the Dark Lightning Emperor, just because we got that Oblivion up, so that makes it a lot less scary. I think he is taking away stats from my Wusa, so the wind units being able to kill my Wusa afterwards is a lot more likely, and so the more that we can delay that out makes this a lot better. I don't know if this would be my first choice to use again, but seemed like it was okay for a second chance. Okay, next we're gonna go into this. We have a Mawusa Sav to hit. This is kind of an old meta defense. This is a team that I like to use. It's not like the usually ideal team is you're gonna like do some sort of like wind cleave with Changpeng, Tiana, or Charlotte. Or you can also do like a double ignore cleave with Odin, Bastet, and like Bethany or something. I don't have those ruined right now. I threw some runes around to this team I really like just because Ethna is really fun here. We have a full tank, or close to 0 speed Harmonia with minus water. It's going to tank the Molong and reflect the damage back with skill 3. We have some res. It's not quite max. Probably could get that up and it'll be better. Full tank Leo, and then Ethna is kind of this bruiser build with crit damage, decent amount of attack, and is like decently beefy. We put damage dealt on a wind and some additionals here and a little bit of skill 3 accuracy. The idea here is we're just going to strip the will from the Savannah, nuke this down twice, and then we should be big chillin' here. Ethna should do a ton of work here. The only risk here is that Savannah does some weird stuff and kills your Ethna. This is interesting. So we see an off-will Molong. I'm guessing that that's destroy. I could push this back. I think I'd rather not, because I'd rather it go into this while it still has will. So I think I'm just going to do damage here. We get the skill 3 from the Uso first. That's good. We get a derp from the Molong. And yeah, you see here, we go straight into this. That's the only scary part. But luckily it wasn't the other way around. We get our strip stun here from our Ethna into this Savannah. And we're actually already able to take this out. The Wusa's moving next here. And I think that it's gonna skill 2. So we're just going to push this back and make sure that we get that taken out here. There's our Reckless. We're able to heal back up here with our skill 2. And what do I want to do here? I think I just want to kill this. But I think skill 2 should either push me in front of the Savannah, do some fluff damage. Yeah, let's do this just to cycle ourselves a little bit more. I don't want to waste the skill 3 into this. Is it gonna die here? This should die, right? No, let's just be safe. Let's not take the gamble. Get a defense break on the Molong here, hopefully. We get it. And we can just go in to kill this. There we go. I should have just used the skill 2 on the Leo. I got a little... I don't know why I didn't do that. Wusa's going to have his skills back up there. We missed our defense break, but I think we're like one turn away from our strip again on our Ethna. And man, I don't use this unit in RTA at all, and this is the Guardian skin that I took, and her animations, like, I just got to find an excuse to use her. I think you could have seen there if the Savannah had like reversed its skill order the first turn. There is some weird RNG that can get you in a bad spot. I probably could have run minus wind also on the Ethna to make it safer, but again, fun little team, worked out. We got one more to go. All right, and for our last attack here, we have a Wusa Kinky Sav. This is a defense that we saw a lot of in tourney last season. We're gonna bring in a Tessarin via Will with minus light and some skill 3 accuracy. We're really high accuracy here. We're gonna bring in our tank Cha-Cha with a little bit of accuracy, skill 3 accuracy and arts, and minus light as well. And then a tanky Leo with minus light and skill 3 accuracy. So we're going to try and strip the Savannah, hope that it does its whole S3 into all of our will, and then that we get, oh, that's interesting, it actually did not skill 3 the first turn. We can push back this defense break. Do I actually want to do this? I kind of want to save the skill 3 for Wusa to do its immunity. Let's get a Oblivion. Nice. So as long as Savannah doesn't proc here, it should be pretty easy for us to get this kill. I probably could have cleansed there. The Savannah actually does quite a bit of damage through the defense break because we have the minus light. I think, did Wusa still not even skill 3? But anyways, here we're gonna fish for, hopefully we want to get in a position here where the Cha-Cha is going to move in front of the Tessarian if there's a chance of us getting revenge defense breaked, or we're going to be hitting the Kinky only when there's a defense break already on the Cha-Cha, so it doesn't retarget. In the past, I've lost this because we just get weird hit timing, and I try to kill the Kinky before the Wusa is dead, and we just get obliterated by procs after retargeting. So we are going to kill this Wusa, and then hopefully we can have this thing move so we lose the immunity. And I actually wish I didn't have one more turn of immunity here because I want to get defense broken. But there we go. We get the Oblivion. We get defense broken here, but I think that we'll be able to cleanse it, not this turn. It's going to hit me once here, but I have the shield up. I can go ahead and, do I want to cleanse that or do I want to skill 1? We actually don't even have the passive up anymore, so we're going to get a nice fat crit here. We ran minus light on everything, so we feel pretty safe that we're pretty tanky. And there we go. Finally, it's been a while since we 10-10. We've had a lot of unlucky ones. I don't know if today was like the most crisp play, but we pulled together. We got the 10-0. Very exciting.